Hello everyone, my name is Braulio Gutierrez. I am the coordinator of research and monitoring at BICA Utila, and I am here to talk with you about the community response to the threat of stony coral tissue loss disease in Utila, Honduras. As most of you know, SCTLD is a lethal and aggressive disease that affects more than 22 species of hard coral and has now spread across the greater Caribbean region. In Honduras, it was detected for the first time in Roatan in September 2020. And in June 2021, the first colonies with the presence of SCTLD were identified in the north of Utila. Utila's SCTLD response group is made up of volunteers from 3 conservation organizations and has been working to create awareness and combat the threat of the disease since 2019. With the grant that was awarded in 2021, the group has been able to implement the response action plan and will be able to continue monthly monitorings and treatment interventions. Here we can see some of the early data that came out of the surveys made in the months of August and September. On the left, we can see the proportion of healthy colonies surveyed. In the month of August, we found that 99% of the survey colonies were identified as healthy colonies. However, in the month of September, this number decreased to only 67% of the colonies. That's a 30% decrease in the proportion of healthy colonies that we saw on the reef. On the right, we can see the change in number of non-healthy colonies. We can see that colonies with symptoms of concern, colonies with active SCTLD, and ones with recent mortality all had a dramatic increase from August to September. These numbers represent how aggressive the disease is and why is it a threat for the coral reefs in the Caribbean. In the maps, we can see the spread of the disease across time. We can see that from August to September, it moved westward, and that now it covers over half of the dive sites in Utila. This spread from east to west coincides with the direction of the sea currents that go through the island. As a survey method, we use the rover diver survey. We pre-selected 10 sites and we are surveying them once per month. We're using agra bleaching and SCTLD surveys to tally categories of health for 23 coral species susceptible to SCTLD. For each survey, we use teams of 4 divers and each survey lasts for 20 minutes. Additionally, we use manta toes to determine the disease line. In situ disease intervention is being applied using targeted topical antibiotic with amoxicillin and base 2B. This method has shown the most effectiveness in the literature and the experimental data. Monthly application and follow-ups are being done, and we are tagging pre-disease priority colonies for tracking and making rapid response to the disease. One of the areas that we're working on is the volunteer training. We are doing virtual training sessions in coral ID, coral diseases, and SCTLD identification. Also, we are doing in-person monitoring protocol training for the volunteers, and some of the volunteers have received treatment intervention training with the Roatan Marine Park in the island of Roatan. Community awareness is the other area we're focusing on. For this, we created the Facebook page and have been publishing educational posts in it. Information letters have been sent to dive shops, and a community meeting and presentation was done in cooperation with the municipality of Utila. As of now, 20 volunteers have been training in a combination of coral and disease identification and monitoring and training protocols. The next steps of our project is to continue monthly monitoring and intervention, make presentations to all dive centers, and training new volunteers in coral ID, disease ID, and monitoring and intervention protocol. An island-wide awareness campaign is being done to reach organizations beyond the dive centers. Also, we are in the works to make a coral conservation center to protect the species that are highly susceptible to the disease. I would like to thank all the organizations that have contributed with us: BICA, Coral Reef Alliance, and Utila Coral Restorations. Also, the collaboration of MPA Connect, the Gulf and Caribbean Fishery Institute, and the Roatan Marine Park. Finally, to all the people whose passionate effort has helped us combat this disease in Utila. Thank you all, and thank you for being here during this presentation and visiting our poster.